All right, we are having some technical difficulties on this recording. Probably because I said something bad about Donald.
Yeah, probably.
They're like, like you got to cut it. You got to cut it. But anyway, if you are new to our podcast and you decided to jump in today, you have jumped in as we're doing our 50 States of Strange, where we are telling you all of the paranormal ghost stories from coast to coast. And today we are in the G's with the one and only Georgia.
Oh, I heard the devil went down there.
Yeah, I also heard that rumor. And I have to tell you, like, before we start, Georgia, one of my favorite towns has to be Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah.
Savannah's pretty cool. I like the Spanish moss.
I
Very
do
haunted
too.
too, right?
Savannah is hella haunted, and we're going to talk about that along with more haunted sites across the state of Georgia. So, first, let's start with some fun facts. I'm sure you all know this one, but Georgia is known as the Peach State, even though South Carolina produces more. That's okay.
Ooh.
We'll let Georgia have that.
South
so,
Carolina is known for other things.
so I mean, yeah. I mean, though, I think we should take that back. Like, I mean, I feel like, unfortunately, we're known for being the Lindsey Graham state. I would prefer to be known as the Peach State.
Well, it's the same difference.
Same difference.
Just a little peach.
Quite different peaches. So, of course, Georgia is home to the sprawling city of Atlanta, which is the birthplace of, you guessed it, Coca Cola. I mean, remember going to that factory, the little museum?
Oh yeah.
And of course, Atlanta traffic feels spiritually personal for just all kinds of stuff. Atlanta traffic, if you never experienced it, it is not fun. Would not recommend. Also, it's the Blue Ridge Mountains cut through the north part of the state, which offers a nice misty quiet and just remote enough to feel like something maybe could be living there watching you. I don't know. We'll talk about that a little later. And then, of course, Savannah, which is also one of the oldest cities in the US. It's, as Adele said, the Spanish moss, the cobblestone streets. You can take your booze and walk down the cobblestone streets with it, which is kind of cool. And I really love that they do, and I've done a few of them, they do some really great ghost tours there.
Oh,
Really
I
good.
bet. And whenever you said booze, I thought you meant like spooks, not like drinks.
You probably do have your booze and you're walking beside
Yeah.
ghosts when you're in Savannah. But what always like, I don't know why you do it, ladies. The ladies always wear the highest heels on those cobblestones. I'm like, you're gonna break your ankle.
Mm. Risk takers.
It's treacherous, those streets. Now, the coast gives you places like Tybee Island, which is absolutely beautiful if you've never been. You have just gorgeous beaches and just very picturesque, beautiful low country scenes there and in that area. So, of course, I would say Georgia feels like it could be a little charming state. It's warm, it feels settled, but when you stay a little longer, you start to see that it's quite anything but settled. It's quite unsettled. So we're not short on ghost stories here in the state of Georgia. So let's start out with my favorite place, and I have been here a few times, the Moon River Brewing Company in Savannah. Now, have you ever been here, Adele?
I have never been there, but it sounds
Okay.
cool. I like the name.
It is such a cool brewery, and I've done a ghost tour there actually. But let's kick it off with the Moon River Brewing Company. So we've had tons of paranormal investigators using EMF meters that always seem to get spikes on the second floor of this brewery. So especially there's an old like billiard room, and so that's where spikes seems to always be the highest, and activity is always rampant. So we've had multiple voice phenomena sessions, picked up responses to direct questions, and that were actually quite accurate. And sometimes when you're doing like these kind of sessions, it's kind of like I mean it's like you can't really tell, like, it could be up to interpretation. But they have gotten some pretty accurate readings in this room, so that's pretty exciting. So one well-known investigation, which was featured on our favorite show, Ghost Adventures, captured a loud bang with no visible source, a shadow figure crossing the hallway behind the equipment, and of course, equipment malfunctions.
Of
So,
course.
of course, so it's a cool place. I really love it there. Now, people that work and live there, we've had a bartender that had reported being physically shoved while closing, and there was no one else in the building but the bartender. And then tons of staff that have worked there throughout the years have all reported feeling just like hearing like crazy like footsteps running up and down the stairs after hours when they're trying to close out. Um, when they check it, of course, the floor is empty. And so this is something that tons of people throughout the years have reported. So it's a fun first stop. It's a good place to stop and get a drink, something to eat, and do a little paranormal investigating.
Sounds like fun.
It is fun. I would highly recommend it. The second is the Sorrel Weed House. Now we have
Sounds like
paranormal.
my kind of place.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't think it's that kind of weed, but I mean, I don't
Oh.
know. I don't know. But we have paranormal teams that report in blah 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 blah. Take two. We have paranormal teams reporting intelligent responses during spirit box sessions, answers that actually align with historical names that were tied to the home, which I think is kind of cool. Like when you can take like if you have the history and then like you're also doing this and you can compare it and it matches. I think that is something that we don't see a whole lot, which is really cool. We have thermal cameras that have picked up cold spots shaped like human forms moving through rooms. And we've also had investigators note a distinct shift in the carriage house that people have described as like heavier, like the air has weight, like you can literally just feel it.
Ooh.
Now, firsthand accounts, we have visitors reporting being scratched, which is always fun when, an entity scratches you. It seems to happen to Zach quite a lot. So we've got
Man, I bet they all talk about him too.
like
He's on their list.
yeah. We also have, and this always makes me a little like vomit, like little. You have women in particular that report like sudden nausea, feeling watched from corners of rooms, and hearing whispers directed specifically at them. So it's like, why are you going to talk trash? Like, what?
How is that even paranormal? Isn't that
I
just
don't.
living?
That's just women. It's like they don't get any better in the afterlife. We don't. We still talk about people. So I hate that it just seems to happen to women. But
Yeah.
anyway,
You still
there's
get like creeped on.
yeah. So this is definitely a place that you don't just visit. Like it's like an interactive situation. So I have never been there. I don't know much about it, but I would be down to check it out for sure. Sounds like a really good time.
Yeah,
And
I'd
then,
give it a try.
when I think of all of Georgia, I always think about the Bonaventure Cemetery. The
Okay,
one,
I like a good cemetery.
this is like the most famous one, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the
Like in the
Bonaventure.
nation?
Am I saying that right?
What's it called?
Bonaventure.
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 Yeah, that looks right. Bonaventure.
Yeah. And so it's like the famous one, where I've actually been to this cemetery and obviously I didn't
Oh, it's really
confirm the
pretty.
right.
Yeah, it's kind
Yes,
of
it's
like spooky, but pretty.
gorgeous. You can do tours of the cemetery. Yes, Stephen and I have been here, and it's so cool. But of course, because it is such a beautiful cemetery, you have a lot of photographers there, and they get images like all the time, especially near children's graves. They're always getting images. You have visitors that hear their names called when they're alone, And there's a reoccurring report of a childlike voice asking, "Will you stay with me?"
Ew. It's like,
Oh,
no, I won't.
Adele was like, "Absolutely not. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the brewery and the weed house. I'm going to check you later."
I'd rather be like creeped out by somebody just staring at me than stay here with you, little
But
kid.
this cemetery is just beautiful. And when we went, like, you can barely even get into the parking lot sometimes because it's such a hot spot for people to just come and see, just walk. It's just very peaceful, very pretty. Investigators, though, rarely will stay after dark because of
The
how
curfew.
personal
No,
the
I'm
area
just
feels. Because they respect a curfew, and when they say it's sunset, they mean sunset.
kidding.
They just said that it's not that it's like this crazy haunt like we've seen in some other cemeteries, but it just feels like so personal and just not you
Ooh,
just feeling like I probably just shouldn't be here, and they just don't. So I don't know.
yikes.
I went during the day. Oh, but definitely add it to your stop if you're around that area. Now, I'm not familiar with this part of the state, but Lake Lanier. So this one was I can't believe this has happened twice. This also happened at Lake Norman when we covered that, and I think it was season 2. But this one, this lake was built over a flooded town. So yes, this is a town that's literally built over homes, roads, and graves. This lake is built over
Ugh.
that,
Yeah,
which
that's so creepy to me.
just creeps me out. It's just, I
I
don't know.
don't I
I
don't
don't.
like the water. I especially don't like towns underwater.
Yeah, and for me, it's just hard to imagine like an entire town underneath a lake. You
That's
know?
so beyond creepy. I don't like
It
that.
really, really, really creeps me out. But so there have actually been a high number of drownings at this lake compared to other lakes like its same size. So that's kind of a scary, um, just a scary little tidbit of information. And then people, and what's so crazy is like all of these people that I shouldn't say all, but a number of people that have drowned there have all, most of them have been strong swimmers. And get this, a lot of them have been wearing life jackets.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's been in very calm conditions. So, I mean, you always have like those people on the lake drinking, acting crazy, doing stupid shit, that sort of thing. But to have like that high number and a very high reporting, like being strong swimmers, wearing the life jackets, everything is calm, that makes it extra little spooky, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, divers there report that there is zero visibility within feet of descent, which makes me feel like you're in a swamp or something.
I
Like
see,
I don't like that.
like what the hell? Like, no.
Yeah. Divers also report feeling very disoriented, even when they're like with guides, and they're actually like professional divers. Like these aren't people like, oh, let's just go dive, like novice. Like they're professional and they feel like, this is not good. And then they also say they feel a sensation of something brushing past them when there's like not another diver or swimmer or fish or anything like that around them. One
Ew.
diver says that you don't feel alone down there and you don't stay longer than you have to. And keep in mind, this is a
Hmm.
lake, not an ocean. So just keep
Yeah.
that in mind too.
It's like,
um,
ew.
that feels just like extra creepy. Um, I don't, I don't like that.
I wonder if there was anything weird about the land before it was flooded.
Yeah, like you wonder, like, what is the story there?
Yeah, it almost makes me think of like Skinwalker Ranch, and a lot of the nearby bodies of water. There's like that one where there's been also a lot of drownings, and people have said they see like giant snake-like things in this dam. I think.
No,
I don't remember the name of it, but I don't know. It's kind of creepy.
I don't like it. I just don't like
I
it.
hate that. I hate everything about that.
And they also have like not only divers but people that just go out on their boat with their friends or whatever. Say that they have felt hands or pressure on their legs, like while they're swimming or floating around in the lake. Boats stall in specific areas repeatedly, and people have seen figures beneath the surface that disappear when approached.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I don't want to go to Lake Lanier. I'm sorry. I'm good.
I mean, a haunted body of water. I don't know if I'm into that as much as I gotta stay on ground, man.
Yeah. Well, and I know like you did a whole, I think was it season 2 that you did an entire thing about the ocean and like all that lurks within it. I feel like a lake, I mean, not that they're not dangerous in a lake, there definitely are, but it doesn't seem quite as bad as the ocean. But this one, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really want to go there.
No,
Well,
thank you.
of other places you may not want to go, we're going to head to North Georgia to Tallulah George State Park. Now,
Tallulah.
Tallulah, Tallulah, Tallulah. I love that name, but
Tallulah.
I don't think Tallulah is very sweet because we have hikers that say they hear a companion's voice calling them while the person is visibly ahead on the trail. So, like if you're hiking ahead of me, I will hear you saying like Sarah, but you're not behind me or beside me. You're way ahead of me. So it's like this throw in your voice.
Ooh, that sounds very Skinwalker like.
That sounds very Skinwalker. Echoes that respond incorrectly, delayed, alter, or directional shifts. I don't know if like you're screaming help, but it's like it's a beautiful day. I'm fine. Like I don't know. I don't like that. And then there's sudden silence in the forest, followed by one distinct footstep, but it's not yours.
That's, so what? It just takes one step and stays there.
Yes. So
I don't know if I'd be that afraid of the one footstep.
like, okay.
It's like multiple approaching footsteps. I don't know. That one's pretty funny.
But investigators have taken audio recordings, right? And so they've captured unidentified vocalizations that they can't mimic to any animals or wind or any of that. So they're like, we don't even know like what the hell the sound is. And then we have a lot of equipment interference in certain areas. So some think that maybe it's Bigfoot because every state has its own Bigfoot, and Georgia is no exception to the rule.
Yeah.
So we have consistent reports from hunters and locals that say that they have seen like trees that are tree knocks and structured patterns that are not random. Like they're kind of like knocking them down, like they're trying to like, I don't know, like make a, I don't know what they're making, but they're saying it's just not normal. It's weird. And that you'll see objects that are thrown, not at people, but near them, kind of like a get out of the way sort of thing. And they said that they feel like they've been paced. So it's like something, whatever it is, making that one step will maybe start matching your steps, and then when you stop, it stops. Situation. I don't know.
Sounds very Scooby Doo.
Very Scooby Doo. Now there is some physical evidence, Adele. There have been some large footprints, often 14 to 18 inches, that have been captured, and there have been structures made of bent trees that were like deliberately made. They hadn't just like fallen and made it. So it's like this entity was maybe trying to knock down those trees and make like a living quarter.
Huh.
So there's no confirmation, of course, but there are a lot of accounts. So I don't know, like how you are with the with water. That's how I kind of feel about the woods. I feel like the woods are dangerous. They scare me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's still. How can you really know? Like every single thing that's out there, even if it's just like a person, it's still creepy. It's that person creeping on you and like following you.
I think it's creepier if it is a person, and it likely is a person.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I'm starting like we really mean it when we say don't like never trust the living. Because if it's a person, I think it's so much creepier than if it's a Bigfoot.
Yeah, like
or even a bobcat.
I'm not saying I want to be out there with Bigfoot or a bobcat, but I really don't want to be out there with a psychopath and I can't get help. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
full of,
It's no matter what it is, it's creepy.
it's creepy. I don't like it. Now, we're going to end this one, which I'm so excited we're ending on this note because we're still just several hours away from a possible encounter ourselves that I hope is going to happen. So if we go out to rural Georgia, we have some, they call it the quiet UFO corridor. So we have a lot of witnesses and strange things happening out in rural Georgia. So we have tons of late night drivers that say that they see lights pacing their vehicle silently. Suddenly they will, they disappear, like whenever they try to approach that light or catch up with it. And of course, we have farmers, which farmers are always, I feel like, knowing a thing or two about some UFO situations. They have definitely reported objects hovering low over their fields. Unfortunately, they see animals that react before anything is visible. That all of a sudden they go outside, they see these strange lights, they're very low, and then when they try to get their gun or something, it's gone. And we also have a lot of reports of missing time. So, a lot of individuals in this area say that they have lost about 30 minutes to several hours of time. And when they kind of come back to themselves, they don't have no memory of what happened. They don't know, they don't remember like where they were, what happened, just that they lost all track of time.
Wow.
Don't know.
Yeah, that would be pretty disconcerting.
Yeah, I think so too. Like it's very I don't know. I think time is such a, if you really stop to think about time, like I think it's such a crazy thing to think about. And then whenever you put it with like maybe a possible encounter, it can really be trippy.
Yeah, or just, having no idea what you were doing for a certain
Yeah,
period of time and never remembering it.
like literally losing track of being like, I literally was sitting here talking to you at 5:49 p.m. and then all of a sudden it's like 5 o'clock the next day and I don't remember anything that happened. Like, oh my God.
Oh, not to mention how pissed I'd be if it happened on a weekend. I'd be like, I have to work in 5 hours?
That's not cool. Yeah, that's extra. That would be extra mean, I feel like.
That would be horrible.
No, I do have some honorable mentions because, like most of the states, we have a lot of tragedy that's happened here. And so we kind of say here, you hear us talk about things, tragedies kind of being recorded like they're on a loop when something like devastating kind of happens that the environment remembers. And so we have a place called Andersonville National Historic Site. Now it's just like a historic site you can go visit. Park rangers and visitors have reported like just hearing moaning and distant cries at dusk. They have seen apparitions near the former stockade boundaries, and paranormal teams have even documented consistent EVP captures or referencing suffering and names tied to the records. So I think the really cool thing is with Georgia is we have two accounts of EVPs that you can hear that have been consistent and that match up with historical dates, times, and names. I think that is phenomenal, and I don't know why I haven't heard more about it because the thing with the EVPs is it's really hard to confirm like that's exactly what this person said. You know what I mean? But I think when you have like the historical and everything matching up, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think that is very cool. And then last but not least, I wanted to do an honorable mention to the Ellis Hotel. And this is a place where people say that they smell smoke in non-smoking rooms, which you can be like, okay, like that's not weird, whatever.
It's just Bob.
They see figures though and mirrors that vanish when you turn towards them. which I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like him. I
Huh.
don't like it in the mirror. Okay, I just want to play Bloody Mary with you. I don't want to see anything in the mirror but myself,
Yeah,
or
that's for.
something that's not something, but I don't know, not a ghost. I don't want to see a ghost in the mirror. And then we have the night staff, the poor night staff. They say that they will not even go down certain hallways after a certain time because the doors that open on their own and elevators that stop on empty floors. So they're like, we're not after this time. No. So yeah.
Hmm. I don't like
Very
elevators anyway.
Yeah, I get that.
Don't be
I totally
playing shenanigans with me on them because they creep me out as it is.
fair enough.
I don't like
So
that.
I would say that Georgia doesn't really have just one type of strange. Like it kind of has a ton. We have a lot of intelligent hauntings here in Georgia, which is amazing. We have environmental anomalies, maybe. We have cryptid patterns, and we have UFOs, which never seem to kind of make it to the news. You know what I mean? It seems like, oh, it's just regular old news here in Georgia. So I
Yeah.
do feel like it's not just one story, it's not just one presence, but it's just like something spooky's going on in Georgia for sure, whether it's old ghosts in Savannah or it's farmers and aliens. I don't know, but Georgia's a spooky place that doesn't disappoint, and I can definitely speak for Savannah. I think you can feel the energy in Savannah. So I don't know, what do you think, Adele?
Yeah, there's definitely some strangeness going on in that region. But yeah, I think UFOs too are under I guess mentioned. I just feel like in the South there actually is a lot of UFO activity.
And you know what's funny? And I mean, if you have encountered a UFO, I mean, no disrespect by this. I'm just being funny here. But one of the comedians I follow says, "Do you always notice that it's always a redneck that has the UFO encounters? It's never anybody that's not like Southern."
I mean, it's like the whole Kate McKinnon like little character with all the UFO encounters. It's true.
So it's like
Like that.
maybe it's just that it's like this is the region. Right, the people are nice.
They
They
have their
have
kids.
they have Bojangles. Like that's what it really is. We have bait. So if anything happens in America tonight with this UFO, or I guess it's going to be an all-out encounter. I mean, I need to go get some biscuits ready and lure them in and be like, "Take me and my family," or
Yeah, seriously.
can I give you a list of people to go take? But yeah, it's I don't know. Georgia's a fun place.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have some really good places to eat down there too.
You know that Georgia has some good eating for sure. And I have been to Tybee Island as well. And if you've never been there, it is really just, if you like kind of a laid back kind of beach scene, not Adele. I mean, you might like just being on the sand or something, but it's just
I
very,
thought you were meaning not me wanting like a chill beach, but like a wild beach. It's like, what do you mean?
no, just a nice, like relaxing kind of place to go. Tybee is really awesome. It's just very just like that low country kind of cool vibe, you know. It's just really nice. So I think that you would really enjoy it.
And maybe you'll see Bigfoot. You never know.
Maybe see Bigfoot. Go get you a bushel, as our papa would say, of peaches, and go to the cemetery and go to the brewery and then go look for UFOs. I think that sounds like a great time.
Sounds great to me.
Sounds great to
Just another
me.
Saturday.
Just another Saturday around here.
Eating my bushel of peaches in a cemetery. Having a picnic with Bigfoot.
That sounds lovely.
It
What
does.
else do you want? Well, friends, thank you for joining us on this adventure. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow and leave a review. It helps other listeners like you find the show. Until next time, stay safe out there.
Stay curious.
And please, never trust the living.
Still living. Especially the ones in politics.
Oh, please, I shouldn't even have to tell you guys this.
On all sides. They're all horrible.
All of them. The worst kind of humans.
Those are especially the ones you should never trust.
Yeah, exactly. Bye, you guys.
Later, taters.